One thing we all struggle with when learning the guitar is how to improvise over difficult or unfamiliar chord changes. We've all been in situations where we're jamming and improvising over a tune and we start hitting wrong notes. This is because there's a disconnect between our lead lines and the underlying chord changes. Today I'm going to show you a simple method to tackle this problem. My name is Jack Ruch. Welcome to my channel. Let's get into it. So for today's lesson, we're going to use some standard jazz blues changes as a vehicle to practice. If you've watched my recent Blues of the Day videos, then these are the types of changes I'm talking about. This is a basic 12-bar blues form, but with a few extra chords thrown in along the way. I'm going to play along to the backing track, and I'll throw the chord names up on the screen as we go. So the way we're going to tackle playing over these changes is to target the third of every chord. The third is a very important note because it helps define the quality of the chord, meaning whether the chord is major or minor. And it's a note that can very strongly convey the sound of the underlying chord in the melody. So to start out, I'm going to play through these changes and just simply play the third of each chord as it goes by. So now that we've identified the notes we want to target, we can start tying them together into longer melodic phrases. And to do this, we need to understand that we're playing a blues based in a C dominant 7 tonality. The scale that fits this is a C7 scale, also called a C mixolydian scale. This is the scale: C, D, E, F, G, A, and B flat. So now we can use these scale notes to connect the dots between our thirds for each chord. So here's a very simple solo. I'm going to play the exact same notes I played in the previous pass, but I'm going to connect them together using notes from this scale. Alright, so now that we've got this basic roadmap for navigating through these changes, we can start to liven it up a little bit by adding some embellishments to the notes and some more musical phrasing. Here's how I would take this basic solo and turn it into a finished product. Alright, so this is a little insight into my process for improvising over these types of chord changes. But this type of thing works over any musical situation where you have multiple chords in a progression. Just find the third of each chord and then identify the tonality you're playing in and use that scale to connect the dots. I encourage you to try this out on tunes that you're working on and head over to my Patreon page for tabs and notation for the examples from this lesson. Until next time, happy practicing and take care.